Well, it's Friday the 3rd of April. As Saturn travels through Aquarius, it's time to review contracts, bargains, and the fine print. Ironic, really, that we're all forced indoors during a time of renegotiation. This is episode 2013 of 301 Permanently Moved.online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded, and edited in 1 hour by me at the JMO. There is a bleep in my house. It started in the dead of night 3 weeks ago, at the beginning of our lockdown. Our neighbour moved out and away without saying goodbye before Christmas. The place is still for sale. I think it'll still be for sale for a while. I wonder if the bleep is lonely up there. Perhaps its batteries will expire, no longer able to execute its purpose. Warning, the non-existent occupier that was sworn to protect. Help me, I can't perform my role. I'm not annoyed by the bleep, even if it is a little erratic. Sometimes a bleep. Sometimes a bleep bleep. I've tried to count the intervals, but it's different every time. Cities, it turns out, aren't loud places. It's combustion engines and modernity. It's odd that now, after dark, it's just us, the silence, and the bleep. No rowdy pub leavers at closing time, no 5:55 a.m. plane that flies over on the way into Heathrow in the mornings. During our government-mandated exercise, we noticed how still, how quiet it was. No background shh from the main road along the Thames, just some birdsong and our footsteps. The bark of a dog in the park. We count the rainbows in the windows as we walk. We compete to see who can spot one first. We wonder about our friends locked down abroad, at home, alone. They seem okay on video calls, but still we wonder. Emily Dickinson has the poem, "Silence is all we dread." They must lie at home, alone in their cities, in their rooms. The witching hour is elastic, grown larger all the more recently. Pascal said, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. What else is there to do except sit alone and face one's problems? Rethinking one's bullshit consumption, rethinking one's bullshit job, rethinking all of those clothes, makeup, gadget, and eating out. Scales are falling seemingly from people's eyes. 13.4 billion of NHS debt written down. And yet, we are told, the old and the vulnerable would have died soon anyway. This is no way for a public service to editorialise. Western states propagandise too. Who knew? There's more birds in the garden day by day. I saw a wren today. I spy blackbirds, sparrows, robins, and starlings from our kitchen window. The guy who lives in the old woodyard behind us has a Frenchie, and a bulldog, and 2 kittens growing at alarming rates. My headphone adapter broke. The replacement USB-C to jack adapter I bought weeks ago in preparation for this inevitable moment doesn't work. A product of bullshit consumerism, a useless piece of junk masquerading as a tool. There's an old man that sits on the bench in the park, with his big orange bag for life at his feet. He rests his hands on his stick. He sits and waits in the sun. Waits for a dog to pet as it zooms by. He's there all day, self-isolating in his own way. As this goes on, old ways of life and concerns and habits begin to fade. Nothing is going to be the same. There is a bleep in my house. It may continue for some time.